But the thing about the next generation is, all right, everybody's trying to come in some form of consciousness, but they're seeking about it the wrong way. All right? It's easy to pick up a book and read what a book tells you, but when are you going to use the inner man and the spirit to discern what's right and what's wrong? Because you have to have some sense of discernment to be able to know what's right and what's wrong, no matter what book you're reading from. All right?
It says, I will put, Shalaki, it says, I will put none of these diseases upon thee, which I have brought upon the Egyptians.
All right, so our people are diseased, are under the curse. It said those that are whole need not a physician. Our people are whole. All right, but through His elect, He's going to make His people whole. You know, so the ones that get destroyed, when they wake up again after destruction, they're going to wake up in the kingdom. They're going to wake up whole.
Hey, if you need to switch with Zariel.
All right, that was it.
It says, for I am the Lord that healeth thee.
Alright, so there's no way to be healed. I don't care what you're talking about. If you're talking about diabetes, cancer, all that is vanity. But the true healing that you need is the healing of the mind, the healing of the spirit, man. Alright, and the only way to do that is through these scriptures, man. There's no other way to get a cleansing or get a healing. Alright, cool.
This is Sirach 17 and 17. For in the division of the nations of the whole earth, He set a ruler over every people.
Okay, He set a ruler over every people. So, with that being said, He set somebody up for every nation to worship. All right? Keep going.
But Israel is the Lord's portion.
All right? Israel is the Lord's portion. Okay? So with that being said, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the Israelites of the Holy Bible. God's chosen people. That's His portion. His firstborn.
Whom being His firstborn, He nourisheth with discipline, and giving him the light. Slucky. This is Sirach 17 and 18. Whom being His firstborn, He nourisheth with discipline.
Alright, so He's nourished by us going through this process of it. This is actually nourishing for the spirit, for us to go through the things that we went through, like slavery. Alright? For us to lose our inheritance. Alright? But that's a form of chastisement which nourishes the spirit. Keep going.
And giving him the light of His love, doth not forsake him.
Alright, don't forsake Him. Don't turn your back. Alright? To His word. Alright? Because He's using His word and He's using the things that we're going through as a cleansing process to the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to let them know that they're the Israelites of the Holy Bible and they are the gods that roam the earth. Alright? They are the lights of the world. Not the so-called white man and his ways and philosophies. Alright? Those are the ways of darkness and the ways of the devil. Alright? Precepts.
It go back to healing.
Alright, come on.
Alright, this is on Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 39. See now that I, even I am He, and there is no God with me. I kill.
Alright, so now it said in the division of nations, He set a ruler over every people, right? So by Him being the only power, all those other rulers are false or vanities. Alright? This is the only way, the righteous way through Yahawashi, Yahawashi, for the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who are the Israelites of the Holy Bible.
I kill and I make alive.
So when someone dies or someone's born on this earth, alright, the Most High is the one that brought that and made that manifest, okay?
I wound and I heal.
Alright? And not wounding of the spirit and the soul. Alright? Sometimes you got to tear something down to build it back to make it stronger. Keep going.
Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand.
So once you follow, I mean, everybody's in the hands of the Most High. It all depends on what He wants to do with you. But who can resist His will? Nobody. So it's in His will to make the so-called white man rise up to be the power nation, even though they are the basis of men, right? For a time period to go out and deceive the whole nation. For them to change the image of the sun to look like them. When we all know that the Lord is a so-called black man. They told those lies. Alright?
That's it.
Half the better.
Huh?
Half the better.
Half the better. Alright, keep going.
Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans are the Israelites, bro.
He don't care. He's smirking at it. He thinks it's funny. Keep going.
That's it.
Alright, basically, I got a precept to back you up when you're saying that, alright. This is Matthew chapter 5, verse 14.
Fucking dude, he had some smart looks when he walked past that way. Fucking dude, go. Hey, all the jakes that don't want to do this work, man, go be like the so-called white man and get the same reward that he's gonna get, which is destruction. Let's go.
Done.
Alright, hold on, he's coming out with his.
Done. This is Matthew chapter 5, verse 14. Ye are the light of the world.
Alright, we are the light of the world. Nothing about bragging and boasting, because we didn't choose this position that we have standing up here right now. The Most High chose us to come help do his work and cleanse the people. But our people don't want to be cleansed. They want to be like pigs and wallow around in the mud with the pig, which is so-called white man.
They want to eat the pig too.
They want to eat the pig too.
Ye are the light of the world, a city that is set on a hill and cannot be hid.
It cannot be hid. They've been trying to hide us for so long, and now that light's coming out, and they don't like it. Our own people don't like it. Our own people, just like you can watch a slave movie, and anybody talks shit about slavery in the slave movie, talking about, man, I'm tired of this. Man, all the ones that are conforming to the ways of the white man, they be like, you better shut up for master hear you. That's how our people are right now. They want us to be quiet. But we're not going to be quiet. All right? Keep going.
It says, verse 15, neither do man light a candle and put it under a bushel.
All right, so eventually you can only hide us for so long, us being that candle, till we start burning some stuff up. And that's what we're doing now, burning it up through the word. All right? Keep going.
But on
now, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the Israelites of the Holy Bible. God's chosen people. You need to know that. If you don't want to know that, you're going to get destroyed. Let's go.
But on a candlestick, it is given light unto all that are in the house. Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven.
Okay, through us you can glorify the Father, because you see the work that we do. Who are we doing it for? We're doing it for Israel, to complete the purpose of Yahawashi. That is our purpose. No one can resist his will. Alright?
I made Babaka shot, and that go into the five wise virgins, man. Because they're going to be glorifying the Father and the Son right now. They're going to be doing his will, man. They're going to let their light shine before the world, man.
And how can you do that will if you have no oil?
I memo to myself. I'll just say this.
Yeah.
That was earlier.
Hey, so that's the spirit, though. Hey, the 5 wise virgins had oil, right? You got all these people out here trying to make some moves, trying to you got the Black Panthers, the Black Conscious Movement. You got Black Lives Matter, right? They're out here trying to push their agenda, but they have no oil, right, for the land. So they're in the darkness fighting in the dark. How are you going to fight in a dark room with no light? All right?
That was it.
That was it? Come on.
All right, this is St. Luke, chapter 21, verse 14. Settle it therefore in your hearts, not to meditate before what ye shall answer. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom.
All right, so he will give you a mouth and wisdom. Scripture says in Corinthians that we shall have the mind of Yahawashi. How do we get that? Through the word, through the Holy Spirit, through the truth. All right? But if you're not studying or doing what you're supposed to do in this truth, man, what is he going to pluck from? What is he going to pull from? How is he going to use you? Keep going.
Which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist.
All right, so this is the ultimate weapon that you use in order for your man, God damn it, you want to dog play. All right, in order for you to achieve that maximum level of spirituality that you need, he wants you to achieve. You can't get it no other way, man. Keep going.
And ye shall be betrayed both by parents and brethren.
All right, so everybody's going to portray you for you wanting to know the truth. Because nobody else don't want to know the truth. They rather stick in the form of the lie that the so-called white man put together. Everybody wants to be Negroes. They want to be Puerto Ricans. They don't want to be their true heritage. We were lied to. Our heritage was taken away from us. All of our documents were destroyed when we went into slavery. All right? But we are going to, the Most High is going to return the favor unto the so-called white man, which is the devil, because they're going into slavery. All right? Keep going.
And kinfolks and friends.
All right, so everybody's going to betray you. All right, one thing Nat Glover said, who wants their freedom? Everybody raised their hand, right? And then he said, who's willing to do whatever it takes to get it? Nat Turner. Who I said? Nat Glover was that wicked police dude. Nat Turner, right? He said, now who's willing to do whatever it takes to achieve that freedom? Right? I'm gonna put it to you like this. Only 1/3 of the people raised their hands when they said they're willing to do whatever it takes to achieve this freedom. So therefore, Nat Turner went on to say after that, the first thing we need to do is kill the 2/3 of these people in order for us to achieve that freedom. All right, so you're only going to get it through the ways of the knowledge of and wisdom of Yahawashi, which is the ways of truth, which is the old path. And 2/3 of our people are going to be destroyed for following those new paths that were created by the so-called white man, which is the devil. Keep going.
And some of you shall they cause to be put to death.
All right, so, but we're not afraid about being put to death, because this body don't mean nothing. Because that spirit is still going to I know if I get destroyed today, I know these brothers are going to be, nothing is going to stop. So we don't fear death. Because our people should fear death because they walk around in a dead state of mind right now. They don't know the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the Israelites of the Holy Bible. God's chosen people. And the so-called white man is the devil. Keep going.
And ye shall be hated of all men.
All right, all the nations hate us, man. They don't like us. They tolerate us. But they don't like us for real. Man, if all the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans were to drop dead right now, nobody would miss a beat. They wouldn't even bat their eye. They would not lose no sleep. They would just go try to find another slave. And this devil is so wicked, he don't even care if he enslaves his own people. Keep going.
For my name's sake.
That's it. All right, go on. Who got it? Who got the next precept?
All right, I got one.
All right.
This is Isaiah 51:7. It says, hearken unto me, ye that know righteousness.
All right, hearken unto him. The ones that have the discernment of righteousness.
The people in whose heart is
because the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the Israelites of the Holy Bible, even confusing the faces, all right? But your bloodline has to go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Keep going.
The people in whose my heart is my law, fear ye not the reproach of men.
All right, so we don't fear the reproach of men, because everybody comes out here and tries to shut us up and try to say we're teaching hate, but this is actually teaching love, obedience, and order. Keep going.
Neither be afraid of their revealings.
All right, revelings?
Revelings.
All right. So we're not afraid of their revelings. They're babbling on. We don't care. We know that we're gods. But we know we have to die like men, some of us. But some of us are not going to even taste of death until we get lifted up into them chariots, man. Keep going.
Verse 8, it says, For the moth shall eat them up like a garment, and the worm shall eat them like wool. But my righteousness shall be forever, and my salvation.
So any other thoughts other than the ways of righteousness are going to be done away with. They're going to be eaten away like moths eating the cloths, like worms eating the dead bodies and stuff. All right? Because the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the Israelites of the Holy Bible. God's chosen people. They need to know that. We need to know who our Creator is, Yahweh, and His Son Yahawashi. All right? All right, go ahead.
All right, verse 9, it says, Awake, awake, put on strength, O arm of the Lord.
All right, awake, awake, put on strength. Why is he saying that? Because our people are walking around sleep in the second place, man. Keep going.
O arm of the Lord, awake, as in the ancient days. In the
wait, when? As in what?
As in the ancient days.
As in the ancient days. That's what we're supposed to go back to the old past. Our people around here saying, anytime you mention something about the scriptures, they're around here saying, oh, that was in the Old Testament, or that was in the olden days. But according to the scriptures, that's the path we're supposed to take. It's this new age stuff that got us in the hellhole we're in right now. All that new stuff. All right?
It says, as in the ancient days, in the generations of old.
Right, scripture says ain't nothing new under the sun.
Ain't nothing new under the sun.
All they knew is a new covenant. That ain't happening yet.
That's the only thing new.
That's it.
Oh, that was it? You had all right, go ahead.
So,
yeah.
This is John 1 and 3. All things were made by him. You're not talking about Yahawashi.
Yeah, come on.
And without him was not anything made that was made.
All right, all things were made by Yahawashi. Without him was nothing made. All right? All right, keep going.
In him was life.
The
tree of life.
Come on.
And the life
was the light of men.
Come.
That's that light that was in us.
Come.
And the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not.
Comprehend the darkness ran away from the light. It couldn't comprehend it. All right, come.
Matthew 12 and 30. He that is not with me is against me.
So if you're not lining up to do this work and you're a Negro, Latino, Native American, you're lined up on the same side as the devil because you're doing the works of the devil. So you're against the Most High and His Son. All right?
And he that gathereth not with me scattereth abroad.
All right, so if you're not gathering, you're scattering. All right? And He said the ones that scatter His sheep, He going to punish. All right? So we're out here trying to gather the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans and let them know that they're the Israelites of the Holy Bible. All right? To gather the sheep of the hopeful elect. All right?
Right, because that means that if you out here scattering, that means there's no light in you. And you're just a dead thing walking around, waiting to be destroyed.
And then try to create death in other people.
Right. Yep.
Oh, I'm dead. Let me go make you dead too.
Brother got a precept.
Come on, bring it out.
Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 1. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Lord.
Read that again, huh?
This is Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 1. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture.
It says, woe be unto the pastor that scatters. See, if you're not with them, you're against them, and you scatter. But the scripture said, woe unto the preacher that scatter his sheep. All right? And you don't have to be sitting in a pulpit to be a preacher that scatters his sheep. Because you have even a simple conversation with your ideologies and beliefs to another person as being a preacher that's scattering his sheep. If your ideology doesn't line up with the ways of this book, man, or the word. All right? That was it?
Verse 2. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, power of Israel, against the pastors that feed my people, ye have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doing, saith the Lord.
So the Most High is going to visit upon you the evil of your doing. So while you're out here scattering His sheep, He's scattering your mind. You're being scatterbrained. He's destroying you from the inside out. You know? And that's exactly what He's doing. And it's a beautiful thing, though. And it just shows the perfect balance and the perfect order. It just shows He's the Most High. That's exactly what it shows. Because if you have some people that are solid in the mind, what are you going to compare that to? Somebody that's scatterbrained. All right? You have to have something to compare in comparison to that. That's the reason why He created the so-called white man to be the wicked one. He created Jacob to be the righteous. All right? It's just a perfect order and a perfect balance. All right? All right, keep going.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 33, verse 14. Good is set against evil.
Thank you. Good is set against evil. It's just plain as day. All right? You have people that want to ask us, oh, if the Most High is the Most High, why did He just make us perfect? Duh, that's what He's doing right now. All right? In order to have something, you have to have the opposite of it in order for it to really exist in this matrix, in this realm. Put it that way. All right? You have to have the sun and the moon. You have to have the light and the darkness. All right?
In life against death, so is the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly.
Okay. How would you understand the order of life if you never learned the ways of death? So we're walking around in a dead state, and boom, He instantly puts life within us. Oh, now we know what life is. Now we're experiencing what life is. All right? But if we were never in that dead state, how would we know what being alive is? Because the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans need to understand they need to wake up to the fact that they're the Israelites of the Holy Bible, God's chosen people. All right?
God, the church said it starts with me. You know what I'm saying? That just showed that the nation of Israel to start with us as a people, man. Once we wake up, then the revolution start within yourself, man. Once you decide to make that change, man, that's where it starts, man.
Con.
I'm holding one too.
All right.
This is Matthew 6 and 22. The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, the whole body shall be full of light. But if thy eye be evil, the whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness?
All right. How great is that darkness, man? That darkness is within you if you have that evil eye.